Well, girls and boys, have you been working out what's going to happen in our last episode of Jesus' great story of the parable of the sower? I wonder whether you looked up Mark 4. Did you ask a grown-up to look up Mark 4 and read on and find out what was going to happen? Well, today we're going to find out how Jesus wants us to grow and bear beautiful fruit, grow up strong and kind like Jesus himself. And we've been learning a great song about that, haven't we? But before we sing our song, I've even got Gail to come and help us with the actions. But before she comes and helps us with that, let's remember the story that we've done. First of all, Jesus said there was seed that fell on the path and the birds took it away, like when we just don't even listen to what Jesus has to say to us. And then he said that there was seed that fell on rocky ground, and it did shoot up and begin to follow, like us wanting to follow Jesus. But then when things got a bit difficult, the sun came out, they started to droop, and they didn't have much root, and they drooped. Well, we don't want to be like that. And of course, the next one, last week, we discovered that there are things that can grow up and spoil the good work God wants to do in our life. And we didn't want to be like that either. We just don't want to keep our eyes on Jesus. And so we learned our song, didn't we, about how Jesus is the way and the truth and the life. Let's try our actions to this. Are you going to help us with this, Gail? I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. Without the way there is no going. Without the truth there is no knowing. Without the life there is no growing. I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. I wonder whether you've been doing your actions too. Gail's fantastic at them. I think you are too. Now let's have a look at what happened next in Jesus' famous story. The happy ending. This is what God wants to do in your life and mine. He wants us to grow straight and tall for Jesus, strong and kind, and bearing all sorts of good fruit in our life. Let's have a remember so what happened in Jesus' famous parable. This is what he said. Some seed fell on the path, took away. Some seed fell and it started and it didn't continue. Some other seed got choked out by the thorns, but there was some good seed that fell into the good soil and it grew straight and tall and produced a beautiful harvest. And a great picture of what God can do in your life. Create a really special person, strong and kind like Jesus. Let me draw the picture. And I wonder if you've been drawing your pictures. 1, 2, 3, and now you can draw the fourth picture and you'll have the whole story in pictures. There's the beautiful crop Jesus wants to That's what God wants to do wonderful things in our life, to help us grow strong and kind like Jesus. And God's going to help us sing our song one more time. Have you got your actions ready? Because this is what we want to be, following Jesus, who is the way and the truth and the life. So long as we keep listening and learning from him, we will grow straight and strong and kind and bear beautiful fruit, just like in Jesus' story. We ready? Got your actions? I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. Beautiful actions, Gail. I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. Beautiful actions, boys and girls. Way, there is no going. Without the truth, there is no knowing. Without the life, there is no growing. I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. Yes, he did. There you go. That's going to be us. God's going to help us grow strong and kind like Jesus. See you next time.